Ninth period class is already working on this, so what we're going to be doing...
I started the outdoor program in 1993, and I've been teaching at Cuba-Rushford for 28 years now. And to see the progression of some of these students within, as a teacher, sometimes it might take 10 years to see a difference. I can see a difference in a week.
What's the average size of a deer shot in New York State? 4 point. How old is he? 1.5, very good.
So basically what we've done here is create a program that teaches science, but in a real world way that makes it really interesting to those students involved. It's like, what are they interested in? Hunting and fishing. And there isn't a subject matter that you can give me that I can't relate to fisheries and wildlife. Across the country, any school can do what we do, but there are three main things that I feel that are a possibility. The hatchery especially, where you could build a facility where you can raise fish. Each year my students do an egg take. We get all the eggs, we have a recirculation system. They raise the brook trout until they're legal length, and then we take them and release them in the Ishaway. The way I set this up is a lot like the real world and a lot like the military. Like, there is a hatchery manager, and they'll have like 10 students underneath them, and everybody's got to work their way up to get into a position of being able to be responsible enough to do something that really matters. And boy, does that help them on scholarship applications. The turkey facility, which is amazing for us, but not everybody's got turkeys. Why have the turkeys? Also so that we can do research, but there's a lot that goes on in the turkey world that people never experience, and that's sound. So spitting and drumming, I take students out hunting for turkeys in the spring, and a lot of times if they see a turkey, they're going to shoot it first, and we don't always have that experience of getting to see them do their thing. I mean, if you're close enough to a turkey, as you know, when they're spitting and drumming, you can feel it in your soul. And then finally, the deer facility, which should interest just about anybody, anywhere. And if you've got deer like we've got deer, I mean, it's outstanding to watch these remote cameras and see them bad boys doing what they do. So we started out with 5 deer. Today we have 26 deer in the facility, and the whole point of this is for students to do research on the rut. So there was a famous man named Charlie Alsheimer, and he put together with a research biologist out of Vermont a calendar that says, if you only have 3 days to go hunting in a year, what should those 3 days be? So we have kind of piggybacked off of that, and so we want to see what goes on in our facility, compare that to the wild data, and then my students are doing real research. We have an existing log home research center here, and that's where a lot of my students get to do a lot of their research and compile a lot of their projects. And for my students to have this opportunity, they can go on and do just about anything. So I've got kids that are biologists in Hawaii, a kid that works with endangered birds there. I've got a kid in Alaska who's a research fisheries biologist. I've got a kid that just accepted a position to be a duck biologist in Wisconsin. Kid just finished his his master's in turkeys, and so he's just been hired by the state of West Virginia. So I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 14, 15 states that I've got kids working in right now. Scott McClure and I have been talking for 17 years, and when we first started discussing things, and then in 2009 Outdoor Adventures got going, and I decided I wanted to bring that to our school to involve our PE classes, and especially with the archery program, because that's something that kids really can't get enough of here. And so we were the first New York State school to adopt the program, and I can't say enough about how great that opportunity is. Today, if you become a member and you're part of the Outdoor Adventures program, you can get a grant from OTF, and that will make everything a lot easier for you to be able to incorporate that in your classes. I would especially like to thank the Outdoors Tomorrow Foundation for this award, and the Dallas Safari Club for having me here this evening.